Gaurav now.
Yes, yes. Fine then. Yeah. So I will start.
Thank
Still
you.
a bit late to send a message. Yeah. Fine. So yeah. So I think we talked about first thing we started with database connection, right? Yeah. So in that we discussed about like how to download MySQL Server, install, then how to download connector, and where do you need to place it. And after that, we have also talked about how to log on to MySQL client. Then after that, we have started off creating one database and got into that database, created a table, added one record to it, and committed. After that, we have configured new connection within Informatica Cloud, and we could able to establish connectivity by supplying what database name, username, password, port number, yes or no. After that, connection was successful. Yeah. Then we created a mapping to read the data from database table, right? So that we have done, and we could able to preview the data followed by target, and we have executed a mapping, and we have seen the result of what we expected, right? That is done. So with that, we understood like how to transfer the data from database table to a flat file. Yeah. So once we are done with that, then we got into understanding replication task. Yeah. Like how one can make a copy of one media to other, like database to a file or Salesforce to a file, whatever. So to do that, we have started off using replication task with or without filter, whatever, right? So we have done that. We made a copy. We could able to see the expected result in the target, right? So that's the second topic we discussed. And then third topic that we discussed was like how to connect multiple tasks which could be executed either in sequence or in parallel. Yes or no? So to do that, there are pre-built templates or templatized tasks which can be used like linear task flow, sequential flow, parallel task flow, whatever, right? So we've got pre-built templates. Apart from that, if you want to build the task flow based on what your own choice, in the sense, some could be executed in a sequence, some could be executed independently, some could be executed in parallel, some would be based on the decision or whatever. So we can think of several business cases where we can use like whatever the way that you would like to use. Yeah. In the sense, usage of steps would take place based on our own choice. Yeah. So that way, we have done couple of task flows, and result of that, we could able to see in a task flow monitor. So in task flow monitor, there are two views that we have seen. One is what standard view, and second is what advanced view. Yes or no? Yeah. So in standard view, we can only see the path of execution and result from each of the tasks within the task flow, like a success or failed, and how many rows have been transferred, all that, right? After that, we we have also understood like how to understand the complete flow in the form of what flow chart by using what advanced view, right? Where we can see right from top to bottom complete step-by-step instructions like what has happened for the complete task flow. Yes or no? No? We have seen that. I think we understood that. Right? I think that's what we discussed. So today we will try to talk about what I call there are some leftover transformations. Like I think we did not talk about Java transformation. Right? Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think we have not talked
Yes.
about
Correct. We did not.
Java transformation and also normalizer. I think we have not talked about it. Then expression. I think these three have not been discussed, if I remember correctly. Yes or no? So we'll try to
Yes.
talk about these things. Then after that, if we get time, then we'll try to get into what performing some of the administrator activities, or we'll start with what CAI, which is cloud application integration, right? So that also we will start getting there. So that's it. Yeah. So that's a plan for today's session. Now let us start with one by one. Yeah. So yeah, so for this is simple. We will start with this actually. Yeah. So normalizer transformation will be used in order to perform pivoting operations, meaning rotation. Yes or no? So means let's say we got columns like this and data like this, right? Now the question, how are we going to convert columns to rows? Yeah, which is 90-degree rotation, whatever, right? So columns to rows. Yeah. So that's where normalizer transformation is going to help us. Now I can ask question. So why do you need to think of getting into this particular normalizer transformation? Answer is what? Simple. If you want to perform any group by operations, right? Yes or no? So like by using aggregator, we can start performing that, right? Yes or no? No? So in that perspective, we can start pivoting the columns to rows and apply appropriate group by operation to get the job done. So that's where this normalizer transformation is going to help us. Now the question, can we use this particular what normalizer for linear data and also hierarchical data? Answer is what? Yes. So linear data, which is relational data, which we have already discussed, which means we'll have plain data which can be converted from, let's say, 0 degree to 90 degrees, or let's say 180 to 270. Yeah. So this is straightforward, right? Now, same way, can we perform it by using what? Hierarchical data? Answer is yes. If yes, how do I do it? So to answer that, remember guys, so let us take any organization data where you will have n number of employees, yeah, and one employee would be reporting to another employee, like team member, then followed by team lead, then followed by project lead, then followed by project manager, then followed by senior project manager, then followed by associate vice president, and so on. You'll have clear structure which is different from this is going to be the bottommost part of the tree or bottommost part of hierarchy, and this is going to be the, let's say, topmost, let's say CEO or head of the organization, right? So topmost example, yeah. Like MD also, that's fine. So assuming that we have this particular hierarchy, yeah. Now the question, let us say we need to perform some what I call number of reportees uh, for are at associate vice president level. Yeah, how do you do that? So to do that, which means this level, right? So we have to perform this operation at AVP level. So we need to get in there and apply what I call one of the aggregation operation, which is count. Yeah. So that's what we need to do. So we can just build complete hierarchical flow within this normalizer and apply appropriate aggregation to get the job done. Yeah. This is a second feature. Yeah. So which means what? But in reality, right, normalizer transformation, we use it especially in what mainframe system. Yeah. So where mainframe data would be represented with what? One, with a simple type system, yes or no? And second is going to be complex type system, yes or no? Meaning, simple type system means like you will have a string type, a numeric type within a number, sorry, numeric, sorry. So numeric type, within numeric, we can have a, let us simple integer or a float or d float, whatever. You'll have simple types, right? Or numeric subtypes. String also you'll have single character or multi-character pattern, whatever. So varchar, whatever, right? So this is the broad categorization in your string and numeric. Similarly, if you go with what complex type system, right? So where you will have what, like it supports vector or subrecord. Yes or no? Yeah. So which means this is how what I call the type system would be organized and data will be kept according to this particular type system or a structure. Now the question, can we read this data which is kept in what hierarchical form? Answer is yes, which means what? Mix of different types also would be taken care within this mainframe system, and by using normalizer, we could get the job done, which means we could able to pull the data which is organized based on what? Mixed of different types, simple types as well as complex types. Clear, right? So broadly speaking, we can say three broader features over here. One, to take care of linear data. Second, to take care of hierarchical data. Then third, mixed type system. Yeah. So that's it. These are three broader features supported by what I call this particular, yeah, so mixed type system. Yeah. That's it, guys. That's a theory. Now, another question. When it comes to usage, right? That's very simple. You will have a group, and then so you will have occurs. Yeah. So occurs means the number of pivoted columns. I repeat, number of pivoted columns. Like for example, let's say we need to convert only C1 and C2 in this particular sample data. Yes or no? So let's say count is 2. So that on count 2, 2 also you can transfer. So which columns that you need to focus, C1, C2, C2, C3, C1, C3, whatever. Let's say C1, C2. If you specify these columns as part of mapping, then what happens? What would be the result? 1, 2, then 4 and 5. That's it. So this is how what I call converting rows to columns would take place. This is a simple way to understand like how normalizer transformation is going to work. Clear, guys? Theoretical part.
Yes, Nichu. So there is one more concept actually. There is a denormalizer. I remember. You'll be for the same record, you'll be creating columns, right? Suppose if you have 1 to 3, and then for the same record, 1, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Is it the denormalizer? That's different from this one, right?
You're on mute, I think, Reshma.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. If you want to convert rows to columns, right? Yes or no? So then we can go with it. This is what I call vertical pivoting, Nicola. See, pivot, there are two categories. One, horizontal pivoting. Second, vertical pivoting. Yeah. So what we discussed earlier was columns to rows is a horizontal pivoting, and rows to columns is a vertical pivoting. We can also call it as denormalization. Nicola, fine.
Columns to rows, right?
Yes, columns to rows, like what we discussed here. And this one is what? Rows to columns. Yeah. So let's say we
Okay.
have this, then we need to
Okay.
convert this to
Columns
what?
to rows. Okay. Got
Inside.
it. Got it.
Yeah. Fine. So let us try doing it. So my server is ready, I guess. Yes. Let's get in. Yeah, it is ready anyway. So now let us create a map. So we can take source as a flat file, anything. Yeah, let's say we are taking a CQ1 as input. Yes. So now we have got three fields, C1, C2, C3. Yeah. And corresponding data, we know that. Now we are going to pivot, right? That's what I'm trying to show. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, whatever we have, right? 1, 2, 4, 5. We'll focus on first two columns to understand whether we could convert columns to rows, right? Let's see that. Now let us get into normalizer. See, you can clearly see iconic representation also, right? It's columns to rows. Yeah, yeah. Three columns, we got it. Yes. Can you see here? By default, you will have two output fields over here. I didn't talk about it. I think you guys will be knowing it in Power Center also. So there is going to be sequence ID or surrogate key, whatever. Why? Because once you convert columns to rows, right, every row we need to identify in unique way. To do that, it itself would generate unique ID associated to each row. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the default sequence IDs. Plus, we specify occurs, right? Second one. So for occurs means first row, two occurrence. This is the first occurrence. This is going to be second occurrence. That's the first row got over. Then second, again started first column data, second column data. That's it. So this is going to be, let's say one is going to be, let's say sequence ID, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then second is going to be occurs. So which means this is actual data conversion. This is going to be sequence ID. And this is going to be GCID. Yeah? So generate column identifier, whatever. Yeah? Or global common identifier, whatever you call. But anyway, it's based on what occurs. Yeah? It's clear, right? This is what the result that we expect to see. But let us see. Now we can create a new field, or we can also create it from existing fields. Yeah? That's a new field we are trying to create. First one, let's say field 1 or column 1, right? Type is string, whatever, right? Input is also string. One thing, right? Can you see occurs here? Occurs is 1, which means whatever we have input, right? Same thing we'll see in the target. Let us start with 1 occurs, where there is no pivoting would take place. Then we'll see the effect of normalizer when you change the occurs from 1 to some other number. Yeah. Let us see this first. Yeah. Okay. This is normal. So that's it. I think it is done.
Simon, can you explain occur one more time?
Okay, it is failed anyway, and we'll go there. Can you see here? It is failed. Reason? Normalizer, we did not map it. Yeah. So let us map it. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see here? There's only one column we are trying to use it. Occurs. Huh? That's what your question, right? Occurs will tell us like how many columns that you want to pivot. In this case, we are using only one. And what is that one? C1.
C1.
That's it.
C1.
Only one column will be pivoted. Likewise, you can also have n number of columns. Like if you say occurs 2, then in field mapping, you can map 2 columns. Let's say you'll get one more column here. So C1, C2 can be mapped. In that case, you'll get the result of what we can see here 1, 3, 4, 5. Got right? Yes or no?
It's a
So
1 2 4 5 or 1 3 4 5.
1, 3, 4, 5. In the sense, yeah, sorry, you are right. 1, 2. First column, second column, 1, 2. Then 4, 5. Yes, second row, first column, second column later. You're right. Yeah.
And what will happen to the other data in the target? It will come as how? How come it
Empty.
will come as empty? Okay.
Because we map only whatever we map, no, only that data will come in the target. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, right, Vipula?
Yeah.
Fine.
But what is the point of doing only just one column, right? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But so we are just to understand, right? We are trying to start from one. Instead of doing it 2 column, 3 column, coming back to 1 column. Instead of that, I'm trying to talk about a sequential approach. Start from 1, then go to 2, 3, whatever. Yes, so we got all 5 rows. So you can see them in a target. Yeah, I made all the recordings ready. Umer, you can see, right? I'll talk about it.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
So, yeah, can you see here? So we got all 1, 4, 7, 1, 1, which
7
means not
from
a
where?
pivot. Yeah,
7 where you got?
it's just column data. Yeah, let me show you. It's as good as no pivoting, actually. Oh, it's source right. Yeah, 1, 4, 7, 1, 1. Whatever is there, same thing, we got it to the target. There is no pivoting. You got right? Because we are using one column only, right?
So the transformation worked or not? Can you just put it side by side? Let me see.
Okay.
14711.
Same thing. Yeah.
So we made the first column 2 rows, right? No,
Yes.
C1, only C1, right?
Yeah, only C1. See, that's what. It's equal to no pivoting. Now, if you
Oh
use
yeah,
more
yeah.
than one, right, then it makes sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? In this case, output is equal to input, no change. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So now
Have
let's
to
go
move
back.
this.
Now let's configure this. Only change
We
is
made
what occurs. Yeah. Let me make a copy of it because yes. So normalizer with 2 columns, let's say. Yeah. Now let's modify this to work. See, can you see here? This is same, but we can also see GK means generate key, GCID means generated column ID, yeah, which is for occurrence. Yeah, that's it. Now let's get in here. Can you see here? we got two columns here. So we can map column 1 to first one, C2 to second. You got, no? Now we are trying to pivot C1, C2. As a result of it, we expect to see the data what we discussed in the notepad. Yes or no? This is clear, right, Vipula? And
So,
others.
Nashima, if instead of writing occur to, if we just in the field mapping, we'll just map the second field, right? Like second
No,
column
you will
C2,
not get it. You won't get it. For example, let's say you specified
like
occurs
this.
one.
Okay,
In mapping,
yeah.
you'll have only one.
No, no, you just drag the second one, C2, and
Only one
or
column data.
oh, okay, okay. So
Correct,
then you
no?
have to mention their first two
Occurs
occurrence.
if you change, no? Then you will see other
Mm-hmm.
column that would be generated automatically, right?
Mm-hmm. Then field
See, it got
mapping.
generated. Yeah, now we
Yeah,
can
that I
go.
field
Yeah, now
mapping.
we can map it. Yeah, column 1, column 2, right?
Okay.
So map fields are C1 and C2.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And the target it comes automatically. Let us say this.
That means occurs to means how many columns you want to convert it to rows.
Exactly. Perfect, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we got 6 plus 6, 12 rows, right? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And
yeah, now we can look at the result in the target. Yeah, see here, let me get that also. So you can see, right? So C1, 1, C2, 2. So this is 1, this is 2. That's clear, right? We'll talk about one by one. That's the first row. Converted to, sorry, two columns, C1, C2 converted to two rows, 1 and 2. So which is one row data converted to two rows, or two columns translated to two separate rows, right? And next, GK, generate key, right, which is sequence ID. See, first row, we got 1. Second row, we got 2. So unique ID, we got it. Next, occurs, which is a generate column ID, whatever, right? Or global common ID. See, 1, second, which is two, occurs 2, right? First occurs, second occurs. That's over. Now, same way for the second row, 4, 5, right? On the right side is actual data, right? Or source data.
mm-hmm.
4 is a third row here, and 5, which is converted to fourth row. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Now, and corresponding sequence ID, which is generate key, right? 3 and 4. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then occurs and again starts from 1, and second column occurs 2. Same thing will be repeated for the rest of the rows. Yes, sir. We can see 7, 8, 7, 8, and 5, 6 sequence ID, 1, 2 GC ID. Then we have 1, 18, 1 in this row, 18 second row. Then empty 1. So you can see empty 1 row, 82 second row, another row, and 118, 1 row, 18 another row, and corresponding sequence IDs and occurs. That's it. So complete
7,
data.
8. So there is no 9 column GK column, right? There's no 9.
9 is there here. You can see here.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about that GK underscore column number 1.
Yeah, that
Like
is 9.
sequence something.
Highlighted, right? See, empty
Uh-huh.
data, right? See, you can see here, fifth on the right side, fifth row, empty data, right?
Oh,
Empty,
okay.
then
Uh-huh.
followed by 9. See, because it's not organized properly. That is why it
Okay.
got out, right? Yes or no? So it
Oh,
should
that
be
means
like
the
this.
sequence, yeah, sequence will be 9. Okay.
Should be like this. Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
Clear, right, to everyone? Yes or no? That's it.
Mm.
So now, same way we can have any number of columns which can be pivoted. Yeah. So we'll just quickly add one more, then come out from this. Unless you guys can take care. So let's say I'll change occurs to 3. Then field mapping. See, there is one more. We'll get one more here. Yeah.
Mm.
So let us try to. Yeah. See, we got 3 columns here. So we can map one by one. See, third also we mapped it. That's it. 7 done. After this, right, we'll try to rejoin the session. Look like yesterday only 1 hour recording they uploaded. So that's what I saw. Maybe it's a limit.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
హలో నరసింహ గారు ఒక్కసారి మళ్ళీ చెక్ చేయరా డ్రైవ్ ఐ జస్ట్ అప్లోడెడ్ యెస్టర్డేస్ వీడియో
One more, huh?
యా ఐ థింక్ నిన్న ఒక్క రోజే కదా మీరు 2 hours తీసుకున్నారు
Yes, yes, yes.
యా ఒక్కసారి చెక్ చేయండి ఐ జస్ట్ అప్లోడెడ్ ఇట్
Oh, one more. It is generating, huh? One more.
ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్ అండి 13th 2 hours సెషన్ ఉంది
Oh. Then let me see. Then 14th, right? 14th, huh? Okay, let's see.
టుడే ఇస్ 14th
Maybe when I said that time, maybe it's not uploaded. Huh? Oh, 520 MB, right? Yes, it is there. But
Yeah, ఇప్పుడే అప్లోడ్ చేశానండి, ఫ్యూ మినిట్స్ మీతో మాట్లాడినాక.
oh, it was not uploaded, right? Maybe it's a old
Yes.
one I've seen.
Yeah.
Previous session, yeah.
ఓకే, కంటిన్యూ అవ్వచ్చు.
John Patel. Fine then. Okay, so we don't need to rejoin. Yeah, okay, thanks, Ravi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine. So let us try to refresh. Yeah. So we got 18 rows. 6 into 3, right? Because pivot count is what? 3. Or occurs is 3, right? And input address 6. 6 into 3. So you'll get 18. So now let's look at 6 rows, right? Input data. Now let's look at the result. Yes. So we can see here, right? 18 rows. Yeah. And occurs, can you see 1, 2, 3? You can see, right? And then 1, 2, 3. Again 1, 2, 3. And so on. Likewise, we can have any occur specified based on the number of columns that need to be pivoted. Yeah. So that's it. After that, we can apply any aggregation based on the first column. Yeah. Sum, average, count, standard deviation, whatever. That part we know it, right? We discussed already. So that's it about normalizer. Now, let us talk about another concept, which is what we call, let's say, there are some things which can't be taken care by using what iics. Yeah. So then how do you take care? So we need to extend the functionality, right? Yes or no? So which is not supported by iics. Yeah. So that's where we have got another transformation which we call Java transformation. This is one way to extend. Yeah. We'll talk about some more ways as we go on. Yeah. Now the question, see, in Java, we can write Java code in 2 ways. One, we can write Java code like example sum.java, and then we write a code here, like for example main, which is public static void main, right? We know it, right? Then within that, what is that? What? Fine. Then within that, we can write any method. Let's say int some method which takes some number as input, right? And then, so within that, it is going to return what I call some number, or let's say n into n plus 1 by 2, right? So which is sum of n natural numbers, right? Now, let's say we need to compile this code, which is sum.java, and then result of it will be sum.class. Likewise, you can generate n number of class files. Once you are done with that, then we can create one archived file, which we call Java archive, which is jar. So we can archive it like by using jar cvf, that's sum.jar based on n number of class files. Star. C means compress, B means verbose, F means force. Like we have tar command at Unix, taped archive, same command, no change. A.tar based on n number of files. So same thing we can use it here for Java. Now we get to see the archived version of n number of class files. Once we are done with that, then we can get this particular jar file deployed in the deployment location of app server. Like in our case, we can use either Tomcat or we can also get it deployed even other locations also. But in such cases, we need to specify the class path associated to that. Then only we could able to achieve the functionality of what we desire, right? So that's it. That's one way to extend the functionality. And second way, so second way is what? We have a template within this Java transformation, which is going to facilitate us in order to what we call fill the template. Yeah. So what does this template contains? Template would expect the what comes in, what goes out, what happens. So those three things can be filled in as part of the template. For instance, if you want to write any Java code, we import some packages. Yes or no? I didn't talk about it here. Usually, we import the packages. Like for example, import math.jar, math.star, whatever, right? Import java.utils or java.awt, java.swing, java.servlet, java. Whatever. So all of them can be imported. So which means in case if you want to get some methods from some pre-built jar files, we can import those packages. And once you import, right, the first step is done. And next step is going to be, so import is done. Next step, input, what comes in. Third step is going to be what? Action performed, meaning the functionality that we expect from this particular newly added functionality. Example, sum. Or we can also say that we can perform tokenization, meaning what? Tokenization is a process of divisioning of source system data into multiple parts. For instance, if you want to split input data based on what? Column delimiter. So in such cases, you'll get to see what? Three separate words within this. Similarly, we can take a string as input and we can perform the tokenization, one based on what? Any separator, any character, or any other special character. So we can use what I call any kind of character as a token and split the input data in accordance with that. So that's where this particular tokenization would come in. That's one more functionality, but depending upon whatever business expects, one can start what I call applying the appropriate one or more tokens and start performing the divisioning. So likewise, you can think of several business scenarios where there is a need to extend the functionality which is not supported by pre-built transformation that we have it under iics data integration service. Clear, right? Now, in order to perform this example, let us take one hypothetical or realistic case. For example, let's say we got some sample data. Yeah? So like 1A and 2A and 3A and 4A and 5A, whatever. And then similarly, we can have in the second row, this is going to be the column, which is only one column, guys, row column. So then we have 1B, 2B, 3B, 4B, and 5B. Likewise, we can add n number of rows. So now in this case, we should not use what? Comma delimiter, because complete data should be stored in a string. I use that string as input in order to perform divisioning of this particular source data into multiple parts, right? So let's say we need to do that. Now let's understand how do you code in order to perform this particular job done, right? So this is input data. Now I've just prepared this sample data which is ready to use. Let us try making use of it and see whether we could able to get to see the expected result in the target or not, right? So now let's go to source location where we have got let's say Java code. Can you see here? This is Java data. This is sample data. So I was trying to talk about in another notepad file, right? Now the question, we need to divide this particular data based on what? Delimiter. There could be first two words or first three words or whatever. We can split the input data based on what we expect. This is input data, right? Next, once we are done with that, so we need to write a Java code in order to perform this particular operation. So now let's say we got split. Can you see here? So I've already kept one particular piece of Java code which is ready. So now this is Java code. So I can just put it as part of, let us say, where we are trying to discuss. Let's say this one, right? So in this case, what we are trying to do here, we have got array of strings, which is a type, and the name is what? Row splitter, where we are going to take row, which is the input column, right, and apply a split method. Split method is derived from Java, which is under string class. Remember, it's a string, right? String within a string, split is one of the method. And what basis we are trying to split over here? Based on what? Comma separator. So we could able to see comma separator over here. And how many splits? Let's say first two. So 1 year, 2 year, we should get it. Let us see that. Now the question. So now we can see one of the decision making block where row split dot length greater than or equal to 2. It's greater than or equal to 2, right? The control will jump onto this particular block and perform this operation. So like row split 0, this is the array of strings, right? Then pull the first one, then followed by comma, then row split 1, which is second index, right? This is second one. That is for first row. Same thing it will be repeated for rest of the rows. That's it, guys. So this way we can understand, like right from scratch till the what do you call obtaining the result. Any questions here?
Quick question. Let's move.
Yes,
So
please.
this is more like a substring insert string, right? Function in the database that you are performing here right now. Is it like
Yes.
dynamically going to split? Let's say some rows have 4 commas, some has like let's say 10. So
Mhm.
what is the like? I know that it is just taking care of the first two, but in
Yes.
order to implement n number of records in a row, right? So how it is
Yes.
going to dynamically
In
is it
that case, we need to parameterize. Let us say today data, we got it. Then we carry out analysis. As a part of analysis, split should be based on 4. And then we parameterize this and supply the value in a param file. So accordingly, the splitting would take place.
no, if the within the class you are getting, right, like in this, let's say within the
Parameters.
Java data itself, like it's not on a, so you don't want to go and change your parameter every single day, right? So let's say you're running this job 100 times, then you don't have to, it should dynamically change, take care of these values, right? They are coming in the within the Java code itself, like so it should be able to handle this scenario. Like it can be any row can contain n number of, like it can contain maybe one, sometimes maybe it can contain a 20 commas. So just trying to see exactly.
So yeah, in that case, what we could do is within a Java code itself, we can write some more snippets of code to take care of it. That's one way. But ideally, what happens is before we write a code, we carry out analysis, right? And then at the result of analysis, let's say we need only first two splits. Then accordingly, we write a code. But let's say we need dynamically. Today there could be first one, second two, third three, and so on, right? In that case, we can also take care. So we need to write if the first row, then take care of this many splits, second row this many splits, or if it has got, let's say, 4 separate fields based on the comma, right? Then apply split 3 splits or whatever. We can write a code. See, this is just a sample code which is going to tell us like how to write a code. That's it. What to write, it all depends on what is expected of the business, right? So it's not a what do you call the real business functionality here. We are trying to understand how to write a code, compile and run and see whether we could able to see the result of Java code or not. Somewhere. But anyway, whatever you're expecting, right? We can write it within a Java code, or we can also take care with a parameterization. So parameterization also as a result of analysis, right? We don't need to go and modify param file every time. What we need to do, we can write a shell script based on the result of analysis. This shell script will take responsibility of updating the corresponding param value. That way also we can take care. Or row by row, here also we can write a code. It all, see, there are many ways to write a code. Umesh.
Okay, sure, definitely. Thank you.
So yeah, any other questions from others? Yeah. So that's where Java transformation is going to help us to take care of extending the functionality to this iics. So this is the first thing. So we can also talk about with XML, can we extend? With JSON, can we extend? With REST API, can we extend? With SQL, can we extend? With stored procedure, can we extend? These are all questions. Answer is what? Yes for all. In iics, it would take care of extending the functionality based on what all the aspects which I was trying to talk earlier, right? So now let us try doing it practically. Make sure that in order to perform this, right, JDK, which is Java Development Kit, has been installed and ready to use. Ready means what? There has to be Java compiler to compile the Java code, and second, it should contain JRE, which is JVM, java.exe. These two things are mandatory in order to perform building a code and getting it executed. Clear, right? Yes or no? So now, in this particular environment, by default, when we try to install this agent, right? So, or let's say when you try to install this agent, right? This itself would contain what we call JDK. Can you see here? Under JDK, we could able to see bin folder. Within that, you will have what? Java C. Can you see here? So which is going to help us in order to compile the code. That's the first part of it. And second, JVM, which is Java Runtime Environment, JRE, right? So which is going to help us to run the bytecode. Bytecode will be represented in the form of what? Class files. Remember that. Yeah. So these two things are the prerequisites before we get into the usage of Java transformation. Now the prerequisites have been met. The next step is what? We can get into this Informatica cloud to get the job done, right? So now let's try to build a new mapping.
Quick question, Rachma. I'm just looking at your window. You have multiple secure agents. Like, so let's say if the trial period expires for
Mhm,
Informatica, do we
mhm.
have to install a new secure agent?
No,
Yeah.
actually, not install secure agent. So I'll start about that. So first thing, we need to re-register with some other mail ID. First thing.
Correct.
After
Yes.
that, install a secure agent by logging onto that particular mail ID. These are the two things
Okay.
that we need to take care. That
Yes.
is why in my environment, you would have noticed n number of agents, right? Yes or no?
Correct. Yes.
They
So
all have
that
been
means you are using this many email IDs for your this thing.
yes. Yeah, I
Oh
have
my
more
God.
than 20. Yeah,
Okay. Mm.
fine. So now then let's start getting into it, creating a mapping. Yeah.
And what about Narasimha, if you create so many mappings in using a secure agent, and then you are installing another one, so that one can be uh, all your work should be there in other agent, or you can transfer it some way.
We can transfer it, but normally what happens is once you just switch over from one agent to other agent, right? It's always
Mm-hmm.
advisable to transfer
Mm-hmm.
from prior agent to the current agent.
Yeah, because then my all work will be there. I cannot see, right? Those things.
No, once I got that is a metadata, right? So let us
Mm-hmm.
say so this particular trial period would get
Mm-hmm.
over by end of
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. Then
Mm-hmm.
today or tomorrow morning, we can
Mm-hmm.
just export all the assets that has
Mm-hmm.
been built by you onto
Mm-hmm.
this XML file. And then once you install, let's say, new agent, right, we can just get it imported so that you don't lose any of your
Okay.
work. You got
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Fine.
Is it possible? So you're saying the XML file, right? So are you saying where are those XML files are getting stored?
If we can specify the path. So for example, let's say we get into this particular Windows Explorer or simply export it in this iics, right? Yes, sir. So
Mm-hmm.
now let's say we need to perform exporting of this. Select whatever you want to export. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then get
Okay.
it exported. That's one thing. After that, we can also say import. So let's say
Okay.
you would have kept somewhere, right? We can go to that location,
I see.
specify it,
Okay.
get it imported. You got right? So that's it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So now let us try to perform this Java activities, right? So that's why we are trying to give meaningful names, because at the end of it, we'll try to export. Yeah? So remember, so based on my experience, we don't need recordings. What we need, if we export, no, if we already have pre-built assets, no, we can just open and understand, which saves a lot of our time. Yes or no? Recordings means we need to play, no, unless you have some severe problem understanding that you can play the recording. Otherwise, it's not required, because you'll have complete mapping or task or whatever, right? Which is already pre-configured. You can just open, understand the properties like what has been configured, then start going from there. That's the easiest way and fastest way to understand. Yes, Umer, Sagar, Anu, Vipula?
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. So now let us try understanding this. So mapping Java, and then go to source. Now anyway, we have already kept this particular sample data under source, right? Yes, sir. This is j.txt, whatever. I think we have already seen that, right?
Mm.
So yeah, that's a sample data. Now let's get into this. Yeah. Select. So J, right? You can just search for J and see whether we can get or not. That's it, and select it. Yeah. So in this, we can see the fields. See, there's only one, right? Yes or no? That is perfect. Now the next thing, this particular sample data need to be splitted. To do that, we can use Java transform, right? So now configure the Java. Incoming fields, we know it. Then go to Java and write a code. Can you see here? Package, helper code,
Mm-hmm.
which is the code, then action perform, then end of the data. That's it. Now, let's say we are going to make use of default packages. In that case, we don't need to import newer packages. So we can just copy and action perform our code, right? So let's go to our code. Let's see this. Then we can just paste it here. That's it. Yeah. Now, can you see here? Under this runtime environment, we have seen JDK, right? Yes or no, guys? Which means this is the agent we are using, no? In this agent location only, we have seen this Java, right? JD, Java C, and what? Java.exe, right? Yes or no? So now we pasted that particular code for this particular row. Row column, same thing we are using, right? There is no change. Now output row, yeah, let us see. With this, let's try to compile and see what comes out as a result of it. We got compilation error, right? Can you see here? So invalid
Makes sense.
symbol, output row, because we can also see highlighted line, right? Output row, this output column, right? So we need to go to output and start adding that. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Now output of this particular splitted data, right, will be stored in output port. Now let us try to recompile. Yeah, see compilation successful. Yes or no? So this way we could able to what, write a code and start getting it compiled. But now, can we get the result? We see we just added some piece of code, but someone has to process that, like generate data or check for null, perform increment, whatever, right? That has to be done. So before we use these APIs, let us try to run and see whether we could get the result of what we expect or not. Yeah. So output fields. So we can see here output row, right? That's it. Yeah. Now let us configure the target. Yeah, target connection. So create new one. So let's say I'll just put here Java target.txt, right? So, okay. Okay. So there's a conflict with the existing target. Yeah, that's it. Now we know how to build a Java part. We just filled the template. That's all we did. Nothing else. On input row, right? That's where action perform take place. Yeah. Let us try to set. Also, yes, it's valid. Now let's run it. Yeah, let's try to refresh this. It's 0, right? We have not got any result here. So, because we are not using any execution part. See, source it is red. Target, it's empty. So Java, no invocation happened because we not executed with any API. You got right? Now, let us try to what call appropriate API to process the data. So what is that? We need to go to that on input row. Yes. Then within that, we need to call the API. So let's say on generate row. Now compile. It's successful, right? Okay. See, it got processed, right? Now we can see 4 rows. Let us see what are those rows and it's the right data or not. This one, right? Yes or no? See, we got only one A. Is it right, guys? No, we have not got data at all. Output are empty, right? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess the reason why? The reason is what? So, if you look at this input data, right? So, by default, you will have comma separated while reading the data, right? It is splitting input data based on comma separated. So, if you go to formatting options, right? See, comma is there, and input data contains what? Comma in it. So, only one column we have, right? So only first column data only you will get to see. That is why, see here, in the preview itself, we got only first field data. Yes or no? Now, how do you fix it? So we need to change this to what we call some other separator which does not contain in data, right? That's a column. Now, refresh. Preview data, now it will be different. Let us see that. See, we got complete data. So source itself has got a problem while configuration. Right? Now let us see. It's clear, right?
Uh,
Yes
uh,
or
uh,
no?
but,
Sarika?
can you show it once again? Can you show what formatting option you changed?
Okay. So in formatting options, we can see comma, tab, colon, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Earlier, by default, it contains what? Comma separator. Yes or no?
Okay.
Our sample data contains 1A, comma, 2A, comma, whatever, right? So after 1A, comma, right, there is a separator form. So only first field data will be read. Rest of the characters will not be read. That is why we have not got any output. Prafula?
Okay. So you are saying there is colon as a delimiter.
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
are
no, no.
using a delimiter which does not match with the source data because complete row data should be kept as part of what you call one column. That's what we wanted, right? Yes or no?
Okay. So that one record has come. Okay.
Yeah, complete. See, this complete data, right? It should be part of one column, which is this. Instead,
Okay.
by default, because comma was there, it is stopped here in the first field itself. Yeah. But we are splitting this complete data within Java code. That is why it is stuck in first source itself. So Java effect can't be seen because our code is used to split the data. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. Got right? Yeah. Now let us try to run it because we modified already, right? Yeah, so let's try to refresh it. See, it is processed. Count is same. Only result was different last time, right? Let's see that. Yeah, can you see here? Input data from here to here. We got complete data, right? And output row, we can see here. Yeah. So that's it. 1A, 2A. That's what we are doing, right? Yes or no? I hope now it is clear, right? Vipula, Sagar, Khan, Umesh.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. Like how we can use Java transformation to extend the functionality. Yeah.
So, Nashima, if one doesn't know code, writing Java code,
Mm.
so in your workplace, the code must be available or what? To
No,
just paste it or
yeah,
no?
it's not mandatory that you need to have a Java coding knowledge. See, in every company, right, there are
Mm-hmm.
separate Java team. You can just ask them to
Okay.
implement this functionality. They will
Okay.
give you the code. You just have to paste and run and see the result. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. If you know it, it's an added advantage. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't know also, it's also fine. Yeah.
Okay.
One more question, Narsimha. So obviously Java
Yes, ma'am.
code is like it will have classes and then programming, right? Like
Method-
main everything.
methods. Yeah.
So that you are generating, you just gave this functionality here. Like what is the functionality that you needed? So that is
Yes.
already pre-built, and then you just gave the functionality at the end of the code. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you're not creating the whole program that we did right
No,
now.
this is a template that they have already taken care. Who Informatica guys, they have already created template. So having a
Yeah.
main and all that they have taken
Main,
care. What we are
yeah.
trying to do, we are just adding new functionality. For that only we call it as a template, right? So which is what to fill in. That much they have already given. Where to fill in, that also they
So
have
what
given.
functionality I need, I have to just give it here.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you are right.
Paste it on under there. Yeah.
Rest they have already taken care. That's why we call it as a template. Yeah. If you write your own code, right, we have to write everything. Then create a jar, then import. That's some other way of implementing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Uh, but in real time, what are the scenarios that you might use Java transformation? Like
Yeah.
what kind of
Actually, I was about to ask that question also.
Yeah. Mostly, see, most of the people, right, in a sense, developers, people, they will not be knowing Java. Mostly they won't use it. Yeah. More than 90% of the cases. But in case, let's say the business expects something which is not part of IACS, in that case, you look at a question, how do you take care? Because we don't have corresponding transformation. Then we need to give a thought, right? How do you do it? One of the way to take care of it is what? By using Java. Other way, we can also write stored procedure. Some other way, SQL code. Some other way, by using XML with some other operations. Yeah, these are the things that we can think. We just talked about one of the way to extend it. Fine. Mostly we don't do that because whatever is required, most of them, right? They will be available in the form of transformations. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, Sagarika,
Yeah.
clear, right?
uh, yeah.
Actually, she asked which scenarios.
Scenarios, many, you can think many, that's what I said. For example, let us say we need to perform some what I call let's say we need to talk to some third party server to obtain the what I call functionality that we have in third party server, and then get get it used as part of Informatica Cloud. Can we do it just by using data integration transformations? Answer is no. Then how do you do it? That's where Java transformation is going to help us, where we specify or we use servlet code like HTTP request or HTTP response, then talk to that particular server by supplying the URL, then perform like whatever action that you want. Let's say obtain some functionality from that server, then you'll get a result of this transformation, right? Then take that as input for the downstream transformation. That's one example. And second, let us say, so we need to talk to what you call some other application, which is standalone application, which has got some functionality. Example, let's say SAP, assuming that SAP connector is not supported within this iics. In that case also we can use it. And third, let us say we need to get some statistical data from stock market, like since last 20 years, how the what do you call India or some other countries performing. So that will get it from index form, right? That's in stock market. So how to connect to that particular uh, NSE or BSE server, right? National Stock Exchange or Bombay Stock Exchange or NASDAQ in US, whatever, right? How to connect and then pull the data from appropriate exchanges, and then take that as input to any other downstream transformation to apply expressions or mathematical operations. And that is another perspective. Think of many more business scenarios where there is need to think of using Java transformation. Nicola,
Mm.
you got right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let us start getting into other transformation, which is expression, right? I think that's what we talked about it, right? Yeah, that's fine. I think let's get in there. So remember, so far we just talked about some transformations, whatever they support. Now let us say we need to build mathematical formula, or we need to build statistical equation, or we need to perform some individualistic mathematical operations. Mathematical operations could be based on what? String or numeric. Then how do you perform? String or numeric or date-based operations or special operations, whatever. Yeah. So to do such kinds of operations, right? We have got a pre-built functions given by Informatica within expression transformation. So we just have to understand the syntax and usage of some of the functions. Then we can form by using one or more available functions to create our own expected formula. That's all. That's where we use what? Expression transformation. So now let us try doing it under string category, one or two examples, numeric category, one or two examples, and then mathematical category, one or two examples, then date-based category, one or two examples, and so on. Yeah, let us try doing it. Yeah. So let us take one new mapping. So source. Then we need to use what? Expression transformation is gone. No? Yes. FX, right? Functions. No? So now let us select source connection. Let's say we are using SAQ. Yeah, in this file, we have got 3 columns, right? Which are all string type. So we can use it for performing string-based operations. Let us try getting into performing string-based operations. Yeah. Maximizes. So we got all input fields. Then go to expression transformation. Yeah. So here it's similar to Power Center, guys. There's nothing different from that. Click on add output field. Let's say
Was it
str.
to do the click on add? Can you just go a bit slowly? I didn't see.
Yes, please. Yes, Sagarika. There's an add button, right?
Oh yeah, plus sim. Okay, yeah.
Yes. So output type, that's a string. So length you can specify like whatever we expect. Let's say we got a first name, middle name, last name, salutation, whatever, right? So in that case, we can go with what? Using concatenation. Yes or no? No? Now click on configure, where we can go to built-in functions. Within that, can you see categorical functions? The first category is based on what? String. Within that, we can see one of the function is what? Concat. Here we can specify, let's say C1, C2, whatever, example, and then get it validated.
Validate.
But make sure that input is what? A string. Yeah. So that's a one example. Yeah. Likewise, you can see length, lowercase, uppercase, replace character, replace string, whatever, right? Multiple functions. Yeah. So substring also. Now say, okay. Yes. Now let us configure target. Yeah. So I'll just put here expression result dot txt. Yes. And then you can put your mapping underscore expression. Yeah. That's it. You can run it.
And you refresh.
Yeah. Yes. All the 6 rows have been processed. Now we can see expression target. See here, string concat, right? Last one. So 1, 2. See, it's concatenated already. 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 1, 8. And then empty 82, 1, 1, 8. That's it. We got, no? That's the first thing. No? So now let us perform other operations. Yeah. Go over here. Yeah. Now add one more. See, for every operation, right, we have to have corresponding output port. For that, we need to add a new field. let us add it. Let's now we perform what we call calculating the length. Yeah? So length result. So length, let us say integer. Yeah, that's it. So in string we got a length function, right? Which we have already seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, str alien, I think. But
Yes.
our data is in integer. So what the length? So if
No,
it's a
data is string
string, then
only.
sorry,
Data is string only.
our data
The
is
values
string or
are
integer.
integers, but we
Okay,
are
okay.
storing it in string. See, either alpha or numeric, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them
Mm-hmm.
can be stored as string. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, we are doing it. So length C1, right? Or we can also perform function within another function. Let's say concat C1, C2. Then once you
Length.
concat, right, result we can calculate length. This also can be done. You got right?
Uh,
So this is function within another function. Nested function we can say, right?
uh-huh.
So that's it. Yeah. Now say, okay. Yeah, let us try to refresh this. 6 rows. Count is fine. Result we need to see. See length, right? Last one. So we got 2 characters, right? So we can say 2 here. Here we got 3 characters. Length is 3. Here we
Okay.
have 2. That's it.
Mm.
Yeah. So this way we can use function within another function. Yes or no? Yeah.
Mm.
So that's it. Now let us perform what I call like how do we what calculate performing replace one character with another character within a given input string. Yeah. How do you do that? Yeah. So that's where replace char function we saw, right? Yes or no? So now
Mm.
let us try to perform that. So let's say replace character result. This is anyway string type. Then configure it. Go to built-in functions, string-based category, then use replace character. Can you see here? Flag. We can clearly see in the bottom, right? Like what each input argument does. Case sensitive. Let's say 1. Yeah. So then string, which is going to be what? Input data. Which is, let's say, I'll just put here so let's static data. Yeah. Let's say A, B, C, A. Yeah. So then string 2, we can see here. So string 2 with a specified character. Let's say A. Right? Yes or no? Then whatever you want to replace, which is let's say X. Right? That's it. So this way we can specify the inputs based on the signature. We have signature here. Then follow the documentation or help what is given here. Yeah.
and validate.
So, Narasimha, wait. So, you replace CHR is one is for
Case sensitive or
uh,
not?
case
Case
sensitive or
sensitive,
not.
like uppercase,
Okay.
lowercase. Yeah.
Okay.
So now, which means if you say one true, which means case sensitive. So we expect
Okay.
character should be case sensitive match. If it is a lowercase a means lowercase a only it will be replaced. Yes or no?
Okay. Okay.
So now we are trying to search a within a given input string and get it replaced with x. That's what it does.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to refresh this. See, we got all 6 rows. Count wise is fine. Now let us look at replace effect. Can you see here? A, B, C, A is input, right? So A, first year, last year got matched. So they got replaced. That's it. It's a static value, right? For every row, the result will be same. Clear, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. So likewise, you guys can take your others, like we have uppercase, lowercase, replaced, and we have many other things, right? They are very straightforward in string and substring. Yeah, they are very straightforward functions you can use it. I've just focused on some complex things. Yeah. Now let us try to focus on other category, which is, let's say, date-based operations. First thing, let us understand how to get the system date, or how to get the date from the source system, whatever. Yeah, let us see that. So date result. Yeah. So, and result of that will be stored in a date time. Yes or no? So date time means it will have dd yy followed by time, which includes hours, minutes, and seconds micro, right? So that's it.
Mm.
Yeah. So now that's a default format. In case if you want to have our own desired format, we can as well specify the format. Let us say we need Indian date format, like a DD, YYYY, right? We can specify the format. Accordingly, you'll get to see date in that particular format. Yeah? So click on configure and select built-in functions. That's a date category, right? That's what we're focusing. So do you have any function to get it? We don't have it. Timestamp is there. Now, in that case, do we have any macros to get it? See here there is a, anything is there? Yeah, sysdate is there. We can use this and see if they're validated or not. So result of that should be stored in what? Date time. So we have already stored it. If you try to store it in other than that, right, you'll get to see error because the type mismatch. Yeah. So let us save this. Yeah. So now let us try to refresh this. Yeah. We got the count. Then let us see the effector for date. Can you see here? This is a system date and time. Yeah. So this is what month? DD, YY. This is by default is what US format. Then hours, minutes, and seconds. You can see date, right? This is 21, 29, whatever, right? So that's what we can see, right? Clear, right?
Yes.
So now, yeah. Now let us see. Let's say we need to obtain the part of the given input date. So we supply date as input and get month from that date. How do you do that? We have seen some function, right?
Yeah.
Yes
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
no? Get part of.
Mm.
There's one function we
Yeah.
saw,
Yeah.
right? Just
Yeah.
let us try to make use of it. Yeah. Yeah. So get part of date. And that will, let's say, month example, right? So type will be string only, right? Yeah. Say okay. Configure. So now let's go to functions, go to date. Now here, somewhere we saw, yeah, this one,
Get
right?
it. Yeah. Get that part.
Yeah. So then date, we can use what? Sys date, right? I
System date.
think.
Yeah. System date. Yeah.
Yes, we can use sys date. Then format we can specify, like whatever format that we have. Let's
You
say,
want month. Mm.
correct, no?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So instead of sys date, we can hard code the date also, right? Any particular
Yes,
date
that's also
also there,
possible.
right? In the
Or we can also get it from the source. In reality, we get it from the source. Yeah.
source, yes.
Yeah.
Source date column.
But not recommended. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we can hard code it, but it's not recommended.
Yeah, but I mean, because
For
we're getting the
understanding,
data source, because source on date column operation, we have to put the date column there. So from there, it will
yes.
pick the month.
Yeah. Yeah. See, count is okay. Now let's see the result of part. Yeah. See, part of date, right? This is, we got it. Month is 1, right? This is January. So we can see this month. From here, we got this one. Correct, no?
Yeah.
So that's it. No? So this way we can extract or we can perform any date-based operations. No? So now let us go with what? Performing. So you likewise, okay, we have got add date to current month, add what do you call days or add months, whatever, right? You can think of many functions we have, right? So now some numeric functions, round, seal, floor, absolute, and so on, right? They're all what? Simple mathematical functions which can be used against with numeric operations. Yes or no? So
Mhm.
our data conversion also, like to convert string to integer or integer to a string or whatever, string to float, float to whatever, right? So now let us focus on math operations. So example, return value, let us say integer. It's the absolute value of float or double or d float.
Mm.
Yeah, so now if you go to built-in functions, so we can see what numerical category, right? Yes or no? Within that, the first thing is what? Absolute. So we can specify numeric as input. Yes or no? For example, let's say 10.9. So what would be the result for 10.9, guys? Is it 11 or 10?
11.
Yeah.
So this is more exactly like Power Center. Is any new concept in expression other than in Power
No,
Center?
no, no. It's similar to
Okay.
power set. Yeah. So now we
Okay.
can see, right? So we got
Yeah.
the
11.
result. 11, right? That's what we expected. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So we got it. Mhm. So 11, yeah, 10.9, right? So
Mhm.
that's it. So likewise, you can perform seal means top, floor means bottom, round means
Mm.
after dot 5, upper value, below dot 5, lower value. Dot 5 means decimal places. Yeah.
Decimal. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do one and we'll come out from this. Let's say round.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's a round is there. Down. Down.
R, right?
Yes. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you see here? We can
Mm.
specify here m number of places after decimal point how many. Based on that, round will happen. Let's say
Mm.
so 10.6. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Mm.
one decimal place, whatever, right? You can specify. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah. Let us try to refresh this. So let's see the result. It's similar to absolute.
Yes.
Yeah, can you see what same thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's it about mathematical stuff. Floor, seal, all that you guys can try. Now we can also try conversion from one to another, like string to integer, integer to string, or date to string, or string to date. You can think several combinations, right? So let's focus on one conversion function. Yeah. So I'll just put here data conversion or type conversion. I'll put. So we'll supply data as input, get it converted to what? String. Why we need to do that? To perform string-based operations. Yes or no? So functions, input is what? Date, right? Do you have any function conversion?
Do that.
So toDate is basically, it takes string as input, convert that to date. But what we wanted opposite, right? Yes or no? Right?
String to the okay.
Yeah. Can we supply this two character by supplying data as input? Yes, sir. Or can we use any date-based function? It should take data as input. It should return. Can you see two char here? So
Yes.
it takes what? So date as input, which is get system date, whatever. Oh my God, what happened?
No. Back it. Yeah.
So I typed it and format I can specify. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's optional actually. DD. Oh,
DGMMY. Okay.
okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It is coming.
Yeah, it should convert that to string. That is our goal. Right? Format doesn't matter here. Right?
Uh,
Yeah.
Narsimha, so in the two char, when you're saying that you're taking system date and then output, is it you want that to MMDDYY? Is that the format that you want? That's what you're
Exactly.
saying.
Exactly. You're right.
Can you give like
DDMM, whatever. Right? Yes, we can do that also.
yeah, uh,
So
like
whatever format is specified, right? You put
date
it
and then
format.
January year like that. Can we specify that?
Yeah. Yes, any format, whatever it supports, right? Like let us say 1st January 2024. 01-Jan-2024. Or
But
it could be
but you are giving the static value, right? But I wanted suppose if there is March like that, that also have to convert.
then we need to maintain Jan, Feb, March in one separate reference table. Use it here. That's one way. And second way, we can also get month, current month, whatever. There's a function, right? We saw under
But
date.
some specific functionality is not there, right? Like in the it's again we have to take care of that, like
Yes, we
our
have
end.
to. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
See,
But that
here we have
functionality,
got some functions. We just need to use based on our own requirement. Vipula.
yeah, got it.
Refresh it.
Oh, Sagarika is very fast. Yeah, she doesn't want to wait now. It's
No, no. I
fine.
want to see the result.
Yeah, you got no string format. Yeah, that's it. Now probably you can just ask question. Can we extract part of this date just to make sure that whether it
Yes.
would able to perform string-based
Yeah,
operations
that. Yeah,
like
that.
substring,
No. Yeah.
like substring will do, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Substring
what
on
is the
that.
difference between? Can you just go to the result? What is the difference between? You said two char systate MMDDYY. I didn't understand why string format means date result also same thing. Okay,
Oh
string
no, no. See,
format.
remember
there's a double quote, right? This is text qualifier. I think we talked
Uh-huh.
about it. By
Uh-huh.
default, every field value will be enclosed with double quotes. Yes or no?
That is the difference to convert
Yeah.
it to 2char. Okay.
No. So
Then
one second.
I think
Let,
since it is
let
a
me show.
file, it is writing everything string, but you will see
Yeah.
the difference when it is database table. Like in the database table, you'll be specifying the columns attributes, right? If it is date,
Yeah.
and if you try to pass the string, it will throw an error. Is that correct, Nrsimha?
Yes, you are right. And that too, every string value, right, or date, whatever, right, they all will be enclosed in double quotes, except numeric. Because I think this test qualified, you would have seen it, right? Yeah. When you try to specify uh, our configuration, right, we give what this format, which is enclosed double quotes, whatever. Yeah. So can you see here double quote?
Mm-hmm.
So that's every
I
field
think in
value.
the output also we can select, right? Can we go to the
Yes,
output fields
target also.
once?
Yeah,
Yeah,
target,
can
right?
we go
Yes.
to the output fields?
Yeah, target.
Target fields. Target
Exactly,
fields.
format options. Yes. Here also double
No,
quote
no,
is a
no,
default.
no. No, I
This
just want to
one,
go to target fields once.
okay, fields, huh? Target fields,
Yeah.
it will be nothing. Nothing.
So here the
Because,
data type, yes, but
no,
there is
because,
a in the expression. In the expression, if you select the type, the data type, can we
that we
go
have done.
once? Because I want to
Okay.
see the what is the
This one,
target system date and time. Okay. So even the
this,
date and time, if it is specified, that is coming as string in the file, right?
yes. Because, no, we are storing this in a string. Output type is what string? Can you see here?
Okay, but I'm trying to understand what is this date result that that we specified previously, like date and time. Even that is enclosed in
Yes, double
double
quotes.
quotes.
Exactly. See, that's what. Except numeric values, every field
Mm-hmm.
value will enclose the double quotes. That's a double quotes. We have that option, right? Test qualifier because of
Okay.
that. Yeah. But anyway,
Oh,
just to understand whether we can apply string-based operations after conversion, right? What we can do is, so we'll add one more where we apply substring example, right? So based on after conversion, yeah, sub str result based on what date conversion. Yeah. So let's take this and result is what string, right? That is correct. Now let us do that. So go to configure and then built-in functions. I think string we saw some substring somewhere, right? Is there, right?
Mm.
Yes. Now we need to get the string result. What is that? What is the function we have used? To char. Yes or no?
Yeah.
To char. It's part of date. Yes. Now we apply here. This is what sys date, right? Then followed by some format. Yeah. Let's say we don't specify any format. Then substring. That's the input data we got it. Start
Mm.
value. Start position. Let's say 1. Get first 2 characters. Length is what? 2 characters. You got no? So that's it. So which means we are trying to apply string-based operation after conversion. Right? That's it. Now save it. So which indicates conversion we have already done it. Or else you'll get an error, right? If you try to use a direct date. Yes or no? Can we perform string-based operations against with a date? No, right?
No.
So we need to
No.
perform conversion. Then
Mm-hmm.
apply string-based operations. Yeah.
So the result will be only date only here,
Now
or
first one,
what?
right?
Month,
Yeah.
yeah. Only month
First 2 characters we
and
are trying to
this
get it, right?
length
Whatever,
you
whichever
how much
format,
length you
default
said?
format, right?
2.
Sorry?
Mm. Length, how much you selected total?
2, 2, 2, 2.
2. So
Whatever.
pointer will start
The
from 0.
start position is 1 and length number of characters that you want to extract. That is the syntax we saw, right? In the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a
No, no, no,
documentation.
I'm just thinking about the result. What it should come. It should come
Okay.
1, start from 1 and then end with 2. So,
Yeah, result we don't need to worry because yes, input what it takes. So based on that, you'll get the result. Can you see? We got month.
yeah.
First 2 characters, right? Yes or no? Default format is whatever. Yeah. So which indicates what? The string operation we could able to perform after conversion, right? So that's it. So
So
this is
not to convert, not to use to care, we can get the date part function is there. So we can get that or use or instead
no,
of
that
doing
is
to
fine.
care.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's also fine. That we have already done it.
Mm.
But here we are trying to understand: can we perform string-based operations after conversion?
On
That is a
yes.
question, right? So
Mm.
likewise, you can think of splitting, concat, substring, and get the length, get some other string-based operations, right? All that can't be done against with a date directly. Yes or no?
You have
So
to convert it to care first. Yeah.
here we have just seen one example and see whether after conversion we could able to perform string-based operation or not, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's it. Yeah. So that's about what I call conversion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And usage of the result of conversion we have done, right?
Mm.
So that's it about this simple mathematical functions within expression transformation. So, and now let us say we need to make a call to some other transformation within expression. I think that we have already done, right? Unconnected lookup. Yes or no? Once you configure lookup, right, we can call from expression transformation. I think we have done that example, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Omer, Vipula,
No, no,
Sagar,
no, 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 no. Unconnected lookup in expression.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we have done, right?
Yes, we have.
Yeah, when we talked about lookup transformation, right? That time I think we talked about both connected with a pipelining, unconnected, no pipelining, right? Yeah. So anyway, you can just play that recording, you'll get that result. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, what happens is you'll get one separate category within functions, yeah, lookups category, whatever, in the bottom, right? Now it is not that because we don't have the lookup here. Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it. Yeah. So now, yeah, with this transformations, I think more or less it is done. No? Let's see. Source, target, aggregate. This cleanse, deduplicate, parse. Where is a parse? Parse. It's here, right? Then rule specification. So then verify. These are the transformations of data quality. You know, they are not integration functions. We all know that, right? Yes or no? Yeah. If you know IDQ, right, informatical data quality, you would know that. So that's a separate thing altogether. Yeah. So that's it. With this, I think more or less transformations are done.
That
And
structure parse also that IDQ, right? Structure parse.
no, structured parser to convert unstructured to structured. I think we have done that practically. Sagarika.
I think I missed it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I missed that class. Yeah. 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 I missed that
now
class.
we have built this intelligent structure model, right? Yeah. So there we have taken log file as input to generate.
Yeah. Yeah. That I
this.
missed that class. So that's why I did not recall quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I missed that
Yes.
class. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just play that recording.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think transformation more or less done, and task also we discussed. Task was also we discussed. Now we need to start getting into what another microservice, which we call application integration. Right? Yes or no? I think we spent around 20 hours.
Simply before going to application integration, I just wanted to know one thing. So basically, we use the Informatica tools for any data warehousing projects, correct?
Hmm.
Mainly, they will be using for data warehousing projects. So did we discuss the data warehousing concepts like SCD1 and then slowly changing dimensions?
No, actually, that is a prerequisite if you attend this. Actually, in that case, I need to talk about what is a data warehouse, what are the characteristics of data warehouse, then data warehouse architecture, then modeling techniques like Snowflake, star schema, fact constellation, then followed by what you are saying, slowly changing dimensions like a type 1, type 2, type 3. Then we can also talk about confirmed dimensions, unconfirmed dimensions. Then we've got galaxy scheme. Oh, there are lots of things that we have in data warehousing. So that is not part of this particular IH. That's a prerequisite actually. Database concepts and data warehousing basics. Vipula?
Oh, so that's
But if
not
you
part
want,
of.
Paul, I'll try to touch upon on that. Or else I'll share someone recording. You can just play that, or I'll just share some presentation and material. So you can just go through that. If you have any questions, you can always ask me any kind of question. I'll answer that. Yeah.
Okay, so this course only covers the data integration and then application integration. That's what you're saying.
Actually, app integration is also optional actually. So IICS means we focus data integration first because you guys have asked for application integration, right? That's why I'm trying to cover this. Vipula. Yeah. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So this itself actually, yeah, app integration, data quality. See, each service is different. It works on its own. Data quality. It has got many features. Yeah. So, but anyway, I'll talk about this app integration because I promise that I'll cover that. Yeah. So now, so far what we did was we performed ETL operations, which means extract, transform, and load. And the result of that ETL would be a data mart, or ODS, or data warehouse, or application, or even AI also, right? That part we discussed. Now the next question. Let us say we need to talk to third-party applications, and those third-party applications would be expressed, one in the form of what? Standalone. Second in the form of, let's say, portal. Third in the form of cloud-based application, and fourth in the form of AI-based applications. In such cases, how are we going to avail the functionality from third-party applications? To answer that, we can use what? Application integration microservice. Yeah. Actually, I have some presentations. I'll try to share that anyway. I don't know where I got it. Yes, here we have some. So here I've just created already, like Salesforce and designer steps, Informatica Cloud real time, how to take care of erroring part over here with external authentication, how to take care of messaging, how to take care of email, how to take care of like by using third-party message queue, like JMS, we have AMQP, and also what do you call IBM message queue, right? So one of them I've just kept it here. Then how to talk to cloud-based application. And then this is a starting example to start with how to create simple application and also third-party IPG and API manager to keep track of like whatever is done for any API. So these are the different, I think presentations, I think documents I created. These are the presentations. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to cover some of them. So you did
Quick question, Narasimha, are you going to share these documents also?
Yes. I'll send it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Fine. So that's it. If you want me to start with a practical exam, we can get in there. I think it's almost 2.5 hours. you want, you can take a break and continue, or else we'll have it the next weekend. I'll leave it to you guys.
I think we'll go for next weekend.
Yes, Umair.
And in the meantime, can you please share the data warehousing, whatever presentation or any documents you have to just
oh, basics. Yeah, I'll share it.
yeah, just yeah, the data modeling and whatever, so just please share us. I want to go through that
Or
also.
else I just take one session on that particular topic if
Yeah,
needed.
that yeah, that would be good if you can take one weekend session. So just
Yeah.
to not touch everything
Data warehousing
overall.
itself, actually, we need at least 10 to 15 sessions to answer. But anyway,
Oh, dear.
just to
10 to
get high
15
level
session.
perspective, right? I'll take 1 or 2 sessions, right?
Yeah.
Quick question, Narasimha. So are you going to show how to integrate data between like cloud-based applications, let's say Salesforce or Azure or
Yes,
AWS?
Yeah, that's
exactly.
he said he
I'm
will
going
do.
to show one of the cloud, one
Okay.
portal, one cloud, one normal, and fourth is what? How to call cloud application integration within data integration and vice versa. How to make a
Okay.
call, data integration task or task flow within cloud application integration. With that, it covers end to end. Omer?
Good. No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. See, I normally think from the broader perspective. I think about my experience, you all know, right? Yes or no? I have more than 23 years of experience. Yeah. So, but anyway, I don't know whether I talked about my introduction or not. But anyway, so I'll start with a broader perspective, then we'll go to specifics, then we'll try to go with what? Collation. So this is how I follow as part of presentations. Fine. Anyway, so we'll stop here. We'll continue from our next weekend, 7:30 p.m. IST Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay then. Thanks to all and bye.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you.